Hi, you're amazing. You're beautiful. You're creative. You're divine. You're extraordinary. You're fabulous. You're gifted. You're just happy. Are you happy? Are you feeling happy right now? I am playing the role of Jacqueline. And in this role, I'm playing my part in this universal symphony. And each of you are playing your part. And we're making the world a better place. And the best whole new world, the new earth, the best whole new world, it's all evolving. And if you tap in here, just put your hand on your heart, just breathe in joy. Think of something joyful and just feel that joy go right through your body. And then exhale the stuff that's out there that they're broadcasting in a distracting manner. If you've done my Trust Your Inner Guidance, you know day 6, you're in between 2 broadcasts. For those that have done the 10-day work, they really recognize how valuable it is right now, because even day 2 is body is your barometer. Body is your barometer. So if you start listening to stuff out there that is making you go like this, that is making you just tighten up, that's making you, and it's making you, that's the whole idea. It keeps feeding you, and then you're like a sponge and you take it in and eventually you start to emulate some of that behavior. I experienced that when I was guided, as I always am, to leave right now from Toronto and go to Prince Edward Island. So that's an 18-hour drive. And in that experience, I experienced a whole new world. There were barely any cars on the road, lots of trucks, and I could feel tangibly the fear. I started to identify with this so-called thing out there that can get me, even though I know that everything comes through here, that life, whether you're a scientist or a spiritualist, is beyond this physical perception. It's like this internet that communicates us somehow has brought us together. And in this process, we are having this experience. That's what life is. It is an experience, and you're having an experience. So I did have the experience of noticing how I was identifying with using Solugard wipes on the pumps, having my gloves on to put gas in, that it basically looked like a ghost town where I was going, even at the gas, rest stations. I was conscious of the signs everywhere. All of this is designed, it's designed to distract in here, your connection in here. It's like, if you are a fan of sci-fi movies, it's like you have been left here, kind of like E.T. on Earth, and the mothership is wanting to come back and get you. And if you are distracted enough by everything around you, you aren't picking up the signal. Yes, but we are way stronger than that. And there's people that have been pointing in this direction for decades, for thousands of years. And those of us that know this, like we had on the Global Party Healing from the Inside Out last week, we know that it's in here. We know this is your experience, and you can have this experience however you want to have this experience. And we're here to be the lighthouse. We're here to shine the light and say, we're making the world a better place. The world is just going to be a better place. And heal the world, make it a better place is how Michael Jackson's song starts. I'll post the YouTube link on the lyrics. But again, he wrote this song, I don't know how many years ago, 20 years ago. And the lyrics are so relevant. People are dying but you need to make the world a better place. People have always been dying. Now we're aware of the suffering that's going on a global scale, and we're ready to let go of the suffering and embrace a new world. Caterpillar breaks down to become butterfly. We're all in the chrysalis now. We're all in the chrysalis, and each of us gets to address what we need. So in this experience of me driving from PEI, I connected with all that, and I started to see how people that are weak in their charge, that if you're just tuning into the news, if you're just hanging out with friends that are always posting Facebook, oh, did you know this other case? Do you know this other case? Do you see what's happening now? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, even I'm going like, ah, okay? It's like, hand on heart, open and receive, breathe in. Play some music. If you make music, if you are creative, paint, draw, play music, sing music, turn music on that makes you want to dance. You know, everybody dance now. To have a dance party. If it's a classical piece, if it's a tango, you know, whatever it is, do what you need to do. Paint, draw, reach out to someone that's going to lift your spirits, that you want to lift theirs. This is a time for us to be the lighthouse and have those raise their vibe. Many of us have gone down to the other vibe previously. Like I heard someone say to me, well, I don't want to take away from those that are suffering. It's like, oh yeah, I know that one. I used to do that too. I'll go down there on your vibe and think somehow that's going to help you. No. When you're saving someone's life, okay, you want to be rock solid. If you're on the dock or on the boat and you're reaching out to grab someone from that water, you want to be rock solid. You're a rescuer coming down that, rope ladder from a helicopter. You want to be rock solid in your capability of lending a hand. There is zero identification with their fear if you're going to actually help someone. All the people that are on the frontline workers, the doctors, the nurses, the EMC, everybody that's out there, everybody that has been serving us essential workers that are out there, grocery store clerks. When we go, it would be great if we brought positivity to them, that we shed our light, because they have to deal with enough fear. And they're doing it extraordinarily well. They're trained professionals in so many ways. They're rock solid in what they need to do. And this is what our opportunity is now, to get rock solid in our vibration and our beingness and our role in this universal symphony, in this great production of life. And when you can go here and you can realize you've died to everything that you thought you were, and you're just who you are in this experience, and you're just having the experience, it becomes just the experience. And you're making it a better world. You're connecting with others that want to have joy, that know that health comes from inside. Health isn't something you have to attain. It's just like money isn't, this idea that money ran the world. The world was already given to us. Our bodies were given to us, but yet we've started to believe this, that we have to go out and attain something in order to be worthy. We have to go attain something outside ourselves to have what we have, a roof overhead. And I know many of you have yet to let go of that paradigm, and that's okay, because that's the experience. Wherever you are is okay. Wherever you are. I've been not exactly where you are, but I've gone through all that suffering, all that strife. I have let go of everything that I've identified with in the past in order to be present to what's now. Roles, labels, jobs, relationships, family, daughters, places, homes, things. everything. And yet I have everything. And you may know that or want to believe that, or maybe you're just like, how is that even possible? That doesn't even make sense. But essentially, dying to the ego, dying to the self, dying to this identification that this is who I am, had to happen in order to give birth to what flows through me so I can experience divine abundance and love and peace and harmony and health, regardless of what's happening out there. Okay? I'm still having this experience. It's like for those of you that loved watching disaster movies, that watched movies. So I'm playing the part of Jacqueline Best here, and this is what I'm doing now. I've come on live and I'm sharing this message out, and you can, you could be watching on the YouTube channel, or you could see it on Facebook, or somebody could be telling you about the same sort of messages. But the more we talk about this message, eventually somebody, and it could be you, hears the message and it resonates. There's a timing, just like a movie. The hero or the heroine doesn't show up at the beginning of the movie and the movie's over, because they need to have the movie. So, you know how the plot line goes. So if you're the type of person that, has always been watching these movies, you're the actor now. You're in the experience and you get to have that experience. So are you one of the extras? Are you one of the extras that just goes, oh my gosh, this is it. And your role is your role is to catch the so-called virus, and you're going to the hospital and you're going to have that experience. Is your role just to feel quarantined? Is your role to get up and say, you know what, I really love to sing, but I never wanted to go sing in a bar. I never wanted to go sing in a bar. So now I'm going to sing in the comfort of my own home, and I'm going to sing and I'm going to radiate out over the airwaves, and I'm going to feel safe and honored for me. And I see no one in the audience because it's just my computer, right? Are you somebody that wants to just make people feel better and actually can create things just like that within, 3 words? There's 3 words and off you can create a song. And you can give people joy in their hearts from that experience, and you're expressing your talents and gifts. I actually know 2 people that are both like that could easily be in that role. So there's something within inside you that is being birthed. And yes, something is dying. And the old world is dying. And if you need that support from conversation, tap into last week's Global Party Healing from the Inside interviews. As we, for 12 hours, it was discussed about the transformation from the caterpillar to the butterfly, from being mindful, from going within, from stop looking outside yourself to noticing what's going on for you. What are my habits? What are my thoughts? What am I experiencing? So when we're self-contained, we recognize, wow, I have toilet paper, I have food, I have a house over my head, I have a comfy bed to sleep in, I have internet connection, I have Wi-Fi and cellular. I got an update on my plan yesterday, saved money and got more data. It's all great. So just recognize what it is and be grateful. Grateful for this body, grateful for, grateful that you don't have to, for some people, you've had to get up every day, let's say, have a shower, put on your makeup, look really good, feel that, okay, I got a meeting. Well, you know what? Guess what? You get to relax now. That's when I was in Toronto, in the area I was in, it was a fairly, fairly well-to-do area. So a lot of those professionals were really like, wow, I'm enjoying this break. I'm enjoying that I have, the traffic is no longer something I need to deal with. Jumping on a jet, an airplane, and flying, halfway around the world to go to meetings, that's something I get to stay home. They realize they get to rest, they get to relax. They start to realize they're actually more productive when they're happy. All these changes. are happening. People are renovating their house. People are writing books. People are getting together with others because online here in the groups, in the communities that they need to do. You know, people are doing yoga or Pilates. I mean, you can be doing super slow. You can run on the spot if you want. You can still go outside. A lot of people can still go outside, but that is part of the experiences. You feel like the outside world is closing down on you. If you're doing your inner work, you're just going to realize that everything out here is completely expanded. I remember Gandhi said he meditated longer and longer the more he had to do. Answers come. Answers are all there. The universe is all there, but it's not out there. It's in here. When you can experience through your body versus just leaving your body to experience out there, as many people do, it really is such a gift because you realize, wow, just like a kid when they first learn to walk or they're realizing things. I was just asked yesterday, I remember when I had my first daughter, and she was born, and the doctors and they said, someone said, what is it? And I said, because the nurse was like, I guess the midwife was there and the nurse, they're not all right there. They go, what is it? And I said, it's a baby. Like, it's a baby. For me, that was extraordinary. It was a baby that somehow wasn't there a few moments ago and now was there. And this perfect little creation was just like, wow, that's awesome. That just is here right now. And every mother that's given delivery, every father that's been in that moment, every doctor, midwife, nurse, when that moment of a baby arrives, it is pure perfection. And you are still pure perfection. Yeah. You are pure perfection. It's time to let go of all the ideas or beliefs or things that you felt happened to you or that you've believed about yourself or the judgment of others, the sadness that your life was different than you expected, the shame for some of the things that you did, the guilt for maybe how you treated somebody you really loved. It's time to let it all go. And as you let it all go, and you let it all go, and you realize the peace within yourself, the love, it's amazing. And that you can be so present and so expansive in your best whole new world, then you completely realize that it is your best whole new world. I just figured out, Deb and Kathy, that I didn't have comments on. So, but let it go. Let the anxiety go. Let the fear go. Let it all go. So make sure you do your best to stay in that presence. And I always go to the heart. Always go to the heart. The head is in between these spaces. Good, godly, go for it broadcast, distracting, destructive, disease, disordered broadcast. Day 6. But your heart is connected to love. And love is what has always been here. It's always been here. Hi, Sheree. And when you can actually just keep putting your hand on your heart and opening and seeing the love, feeling the love inside you and feeling it expand, you realize everything has always been here. It's always been here. You've just been walking around like this. You've been listening to all these people's judgments. You've been listening to their fear. I was speaking with a pastor last night, and I said, you can't fear and be in touch with God. And he's like, Googling scripture. You're right. All these references to say, fear not, fear not, fear not, right? You trust and you have faith in God, the universe, whatever, your higher self, the creator, this experience, just in this experience, what you're having. Or you doubt and you fear and you whatever, but that's the other guy. You can't have both. This is your time. And I've been saying it for a couple of years now, for sure, to say 2020, I didn't know this was going to happen, but 2020 is your year that you get to choose. And if you're unclear, if you still need to work on your clarity of what broadcast you're listening to, what you're feeling in your heart, what messages are you putting out there in the world, then you're over there. Because we're all in this together. And in this movie, there are people playing different parts, but it all needs to happen because from my perspective, it does lead to a best holy world. It does lead to heaven on earth. And I know I've been experiencing it for a long time. Trust your inner guidance, open your heart, and stay fully charged. So I'm just going to do a little tuning here. If you just want to open your palms, as if you're ready to receive the gift that God is giving you today, that the universe, the creator of all creators, source of all source, whatever created you, this beautiful, awesome you, pure perfection that you are, each and every one of us, and there are enough resources for every single one of us on this planet. When we open and receive the new, the redistribution, the economic redistribution. So you can say this with me or you can say it after me. Just think of something joyful. That's all I want you to do is think of something joyful. Whatever it is for you. Could be just soaking in a bath right now and just like, oh. Could be realizing if I could just turn off the news, if I could get my house to turn off the news. Think about that quiet and that silence. Walk in the park. Smile from your child, dancing, creating. And then say it with me or say it after me. I am asking for my inner guidance to clearly communicate with me in each and every moment for my highest and best good. And I'm asking to be open to receive this clear communication in each and every moment for my highest and best good, and to take joyful action on it. Thank you. When each of us trusts and follows our own inner guidance, each of us is in the perfect place at the perfect time for the greater good. We're the word of encouragement. We're the two hands that can help. We could just be that person like myself, sometimes skipping across the parking lot, that someone says, thank you. Grocery parking lot. We don't have many parking lots to skip across right now. It could be just laughing. It could be whatever it is. Just be true to you and allow yourself. This is the time to shine. This is the time to trust what comes through you. Positivity is far more contagious. Joy and love is the highest vibe. When you're in that vibe, nothing that anybody's telling you about in this so-called experience is relevant. Because inside, in your divine connection, you know the truth. Life exists continually. Your experience will die. I've died to many, many experiences. And each time I do, it's just like the caterpillar to the butterfly. The chrysalis part can be sometimes, as I go, really? Can I trust being a butterfly? Can I trust it? Can I trust it? To, that was so much easier as a caterpillar. Or, I have all my friends back there as a caterpillar. But when I finally opened that chrysalis and I flew, wow. It really is. Best only world. 1 billion people healed from the inside out. The world is beginning. Come join us. If you would like to co-create with me, reach out. Let's do it. Let's continue to play this universal symphony where symbols speak more than words. Soul symbols. I'm still in this stream. And this too always amazes me how my mouth can talk, but my hands can't move, my eyes can't open, and my feet are firmly rooted. It's just whatever's happening is happening. Bratzo is doing gazings every half hour. If you've yet to have that experience, that might help you clear some energies. Jane's Dancing Hands, I believe, is still on tonight at 6 Pacific time, maybe even at 9 in the morning Pacific time. I'll look and I'll post that. And there are countless other people holding space and being the lighthouse, as we say, rock solid in the belief. It's not even a belief, it's a knowing. It's a knowing. It's a knowing that all is perfect, whole, and complete. And in that rock solidness and staying in that vibe, we help others reach out, grab on, and come up. Stay rock solid in your vibe. Trust and believe. Spread the love and the joy. Know that health comes from within. That your body and the master and God is the greatest physician knows. I mean, heck, the whole message was, you are healed. You are healed. And yet people are like, no, I'm not. So-and-so said I have this. Okay, that cut the transmission. See, that's how easy it is. So I was in this beautiful vibe and I went and just had this, and that just cut the transmission. Okay? So be your awesome self. Stay in the heart. Stay present to the love that's inside you. And welcome to your best whole new world. We're in this together. I love you. Have a fabulous moment by moment by moment by moment, because even time is collapsing. It's so exciting. Yay! Mwah. Love you too, Sheree.